How y'all doing? Shout out to the chef. We got chicken and shrimp enchiladas, refried beans, guacamole, and I got this Trader Joe's kombucha. A little bit of booch for the dude. I'm just being hard on myself right now, about my art and shit like that. So I ain't even gonna entertain the idea. But what I will talk about is just energy. I don't know who pays attention to what I do or don't do. I just do it to do it. And so, like, you may or may not have noticed, there's just kind of like a back and forth in my energy of, like, I'm learning to balance my fire body, if that makes sense. If y'all know what I'm talking about. And I'm a very fiery person, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I actually really love that about myself. It's just, like, coming to terms with it, I'd say, and just accepting, like, allowing my expression to be the place that I let that out in as many places as possible in my life. And also, when I don't feel like it, then I feel calm and I just want to chill. I just start to get to this idea that unless I choose to be in a state of, like, anger or anything like that, like, I'm really not that angry. I'm at peace, and it bugged me because it's like, I love making rap music, and it also just kind of, it's really like low, not low vibrational, but yeah, it's just like, I love to rage, I love to express anger, I love to all those different things, but it's like, I also had this epiphany. I was like, like, people who look for attention in negative ways were the ones that didn't get attention when they was younger, and that's very true for me and that inner psyche. But that inner psyche is low-key healed. I just continue to allow it to exist because I just keep holding on to this betrayal that I don't even really care about. Like, maybe I do care about it, and I ain't leading on as much, but it's just like, I'm a grown man, y'all. Honestly, I'm old enough to deal with my shit, and I ain't gonna sit around and play in everybody's face like I'm a kid, because I know I ain't, and it's like I might live with a childlike wonder in certain situations and certain things, but I know, I don't even gotta explain myself. I'm just saying that, like, it just seemed like a version of me that I've known better than to give attention to, and I just do it because I'm just so pissed off about shit that's past shit. It just ain't really resolved. I gotta get my cat back, and I don't got to, but I will, and I love that nigga. And even if I don't, I know that he served his purpose, and I just hate to think that he's with my family. I got a lot of love towards my family that I feel sometimes, but also just a lot of betrayal, you know what I mean? But I ain't even really that mad about it, recognizing that ultimately it's all my fault at the end of the day. And sometimes I'll stop myself and say, like, no, that's emotional abuse, making you feel like the scapegoat, blah, 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 blah. But I don't mean in such a sense that, like, people didn't do whatever they did. It's just that I attracted it, or I allowed it, or accepted it, or something of the sort, you know what I mean? Bismillah. And the truth is like, all I've actually done is express my true beliefs, my true feelings. And so if that's what it took to ruin people, they was already ruined in the first place. Sometimes I worry that, like, this person hates me because I said this, or because I did that. They didn't really like you in the first place, you know what I mean? I just feel like there's so many people out there, like, I'm seeing all these, like, little kids on the internet and shit, and, like, they just say a bunch of bullshit when I say whatever I'm saying. It don't happen that often, but I just know better, y'all. I know that I'm to be a mentor to people, and I know that my life is similar to my father's with many differences, you know what I mean? It's like, I have love for him because I recognize myself in him. I don't even hate him. I ain't mad at him. None of that shit. I feel like I kind of... No, that ain't even true. I love women. I just hate being disrespected by women. I don't care about being tested by women. I don't care about them getting upset, being emotional, whatever. But, I mean, I feel like there's a line in certain types of behavior that I'm willing to accept from certain different types of people and what relationship that they hold in my life. But at the same time, it's like, it's kind of an honor in my mind to like constantly be around certain types of testiness, I guess. But sometimes people just be treating me like they fucking boyfriend, and I ain't they fucking boyfriend. I've been single for a long time. I've had opportunities to have sex, and I didn't. And sometimes I just like, I hear confirmation towards certain thoughts. Like I'm basically just saying to myself, like, yeah, I believe that. You feel me? Cause like right now, I was just thinking about something, and I was like, I don't know if I fumbled that bag or not. Cause it's like, how could you fumble something that's meant for you? And also, I didn't bite. She wanted me to bite. Truthfully, keeping up this idea of always feeling like hot shit, it's fucking annoying. Cause it's like, ultimately I know that truth. And I don't say this to brag. Okay. I try not to brag when I say this. You should walk around in your life that whatever you're doing, whatever calls to you, is exactly what you need to be doing. Not should, but you could. You feel me? And in that sense, it's like I see in every aspect of my energy and the energy I put out that life is very abundant to me. But I worry that abundance isn't really what I need. And then I also think it's like, why am I succeeding and then I don't? I attract something that seemingly is what I would want, and then it goes away, or I ruin it, or I sabotage it somehow. I'm gonna tell y'all a little story. I got a couple of them. I was having this conversation with somebody, and she, like, I told her I don't really like to give dap. I don't like giving fist bumps. I just like to say what's up to people, but I don't like touching people. And honestly, like, sometimes I'm like, I don't even need to be like that, but it's just like, you don't need to be touching me, you feel me? My energy is my energy, your energy is your energy. We can stay to ourselves. We don't need to be fucking touching each other. We're not family. I don't talk to my family. I'm not close with people like that. We don't need to hug. We don't. And like, again, it could be me not letting people in, but I just don't feel like I've really found my people yet. And so I just kind of be a little spiritual, energy phobic to these niggas. And it might be like that for the rest of my life. You know what I mean? And that's okay. I don't really trip about that. We live and we learn, and we go as we go. And so my point with this was, is that a spider? Oh, I love spiders, man. I got a couple stories. First one was like, I was talking to somebody, and she wanted to give me a fist bump, and I was like, no. And I was like, she was like, come on, give me a fist bump. And I was like, no. And she was like, no, seriously, give me a fist bump. And I was like, I'm being dead serious. No, I don't want to, like, I don't like doing that. And she's like, well, why not? What is it? And I was like, no. Like, she's like, wow, that's rude. And I was like, what are you talking about? It's not personal. She's like, obviously it's personal, since you don't want to give me a fist bump. And I was like, no, it's not personal. I just told you I don't like to give anybody that. And she's like getting mad at me. You feel me? Like, I'm like, I don't owe you that, and I'm not your boyfriend, and I'm not your this, and I'm not your that. And so it's like, respectfully. And I said, it's nothing disrespectful. She's like, obviously it is personal. Like, it's got to be a boundary for you or a trauma or something because you had to set that boundary. And I was like, okay, so you keep projecting this idea of me having this like trauma or this boundary. No, I just don't want to touch you. Like, it's like I have no reason to touch you. The only person I want to touch is my bitch, and I don't. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, my bitch and my kids. Why the fuck I gotta be getting entangled with other people's energy? I don't need no fucking friends. I don't need no this. I don't need no that. And this ain't no hating shit. And there ain't nothing wrong with me. And maybe there is, but let me figure that out. You feel me? It's like, ultimately, I don't actually mind, and I know it ain't really that big of a deal, but it's my life to live. You feel me? And in a weird way, it's like, no. Peace. I don't know what to do. When I found peace, I'm like, I don't want to do any of this shit. Any of it. I'm good at it all. I don't want to do any of it. And I just don't know how I'd even make fucking money at that point. Speaking of which, this dude is supposedly gonna help me out with day trading. So we'll see if that works out. I just want to figure whatever the fuck out, y'all. Like, I just don't know what to do, because I'm not even gonna complain. That's lame. Complaining creates more problems. I hate complainers. Why the fuck am I being one? I kind of have a rule for myself that I'm allowed to hate on anything that if I've ever seen myself doing it. I can only call you out for shit that I know I'm calling you out for. And what's funny about that is that people seemingly need to learn things on their own timing. Because God forbid you call a nigga out for something that he don't want you to see. He gonna go into fight or flight mode. Or she. Both ways. I just recognize something. It's me that wants to be punished. I'm punishing myself by punishing others. I have no idea what to do next. I feel like I've done so much hurt, even if I haven't. Maybe I have. Even if I was doing it for myself, it's exactly that. I was doing it for myself. I don't really give a fuck about my pain because I don't see people's pain. I do, but I choose to be loving. And I'm also real. Like, if you come around talking about some bullshit, I'll just tell you to shut up. I don't want to hear it. And again, maybe that's like there really ain't no energy in this world that can hurt you. There ain't no this that can ruin you. It's just that you feel like it's taken from you. Because I wasted my time listening to you talk about your problems. And low key, I don't want to listen to people talk about their problems as I'm sitting here talking about mine. But they ain't problems, they realizations. So I don't remember what I was saying or where I was going. I just choose happiness and abundance and love and light, and I don't even need to be online, but I've gotten so in the motion of posting and creating that it's like, if I don't, then I feel like I'm quitting. I feel like I'm giving up. It's like, okay, so what if I fucked up? So what if I said the wrong thing? I'm gonna still keep pushing. But ultimately, I have this fear inside that these people just hate me for pursuing my dreams. Nobody ever asked me where I was coming from or what I meant by what I said. Sure, some people could infer that I was talking about them because I was. But ultimately, none of them ever wanted to talk to me about it. So it's like, why do I care what they think about it? Because they never asked. And the point that I'm making with this is just kind of this idea of like, I ain't responsible for other people in terms of my life. But I feel like I am. Like, nobody cared about me when they lied on my name. Nobody cared about me in any sense when they wanted to make fun of me. I really don't know if something went wrong or if nothing went wrong or if I did something wrong or if, because it's just like I just lost all my friends, I lost all my people, I lost like everything, and I just couldn't really figure out why, you know what I mean? And as I express these emotions, I feel like my swag gap is increasing again, which is always good, because like swag only dissipates when you don't be real. That's why I'm always swagged out, because I'm being as real as I can. Like, I don't regret anything that I do. I just want to do what's best for myself. And I swear to God, like, in the most normal, sane way that I can explain this, every time that I say some shit, maybe not every time, but there's certain things that'll speak up and just be like, yes you do, no you don't. I'm like, oh, I don't regret anything that I do. And then like, just like that center of your mind is just like, yes you do. And I'm like, what do you mean? What do we regret? So what do we regret? Why don't I just look at myself? It's like a whole different situation when I look at myself versus when I think I'm talking to someone else. When I'm talking to y'all, right? I feel like my delivery changes, my expectation of the conversation changes, my whatever changes. I just feel like it's got to be perfect, because I'm impatient. It's got to be perfect, because if I make these videos for myself, they might not get no views, and then I won't blow up fast enough, and maybe I don't need to blow up fast enough. Maybe I need to ride slow and steady. I got no desire to be anywhere quick, because let me tell you something, the day that I won't be able to walk outside, those will be the days that I'm looking down on this moment saying, thank you. When I could run all the way out through Hollywood and LA doing stupid, wild, just dancing shit with nobody noticing me. They recognize my presence, but they have no idea who I is. Low-key, I'll be turning it off, you feel me? I'm seeing a squirrel again, just reminding me to be playful, just to have fun. That's why I eat with my hands. Keep this video under 20 minutes so I can put it on Instagram. I'll just do a part 2.